it's kind of weird to me that you would call the entire Discord like a groomer thing when like there was a case of something happening. I mean, even according to like the the people who made the hit piece on me, right? Even according to that, it was a kid that was engaging the adult. So it's just kind of weird that like you would make that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it was the kid engaging the adult. Gotcha. Yeah, you're so right, bro. Yo, that kid had it coming. that kid had it coming, bro. Yo, he was asking to get groomed. Guys, you don't get it. You don't get it. The child was actually grooming themselves, and they were like getting the adult in on it. You don't understand, guys.
And it was resolved, though. It was resolved like within.
And it was resolved.
I guess is what you could claim.
Okay.
Is that well, you took forever to like.
So wait, I'm confused. Like, is it real or is it not? Because you were just saying that it wasn't real, okay, but then you were gonna address it anyway. But now you're saying like it was resolved quickly, like it did happen. It was, or are you saying like, are you saying if it did happen, it was resolved quickly? Like what is it? So did it not happen? But if it did, that they quickly resolved it? Your moderators or you? Or are you saying that it did happen and that's what happened and you quickly resolved it? What is it?
We were thinking about the best way to go about it, right? So it's like I don't really.
We were thinking, what? What up, my bone smashers? What up, my moggers? We're reacting to Leaflet again. Oh, brother! All right, this one is titled "They Are Trying to Cancel Me."
So like apparently,
let's find out.
Apparently, Bint came back and is like kind of mad at me, very mad.
What is Bent?
VTubing has reached the now I don't like Hitler, but you could argue that he was a cool guy territory.
You think Hitler was
Ben Shapiro?
His kind of whole method. Is that what my audio sounds like, or did they just download this in like freaking low resolution? Like, I'm confused.
You think Hitler was very cool?
So in this case here, I'm with Fuentes, and first off, nobody can argue that Fuentes isn't a fucking troll, and his kind of whole method is to like kind of rile people up, right? And what he says is not even untrue, which I'll explain in a second.
Yes.
That's gonna get
Who is saying that he's not a troll? Who the fuck is saying that? No, you're saying that you're hyper focusing on the fact that he's a troll because you want to cheapen his rhetoric. You want to say, he's a troll, so don't take him seriously. Even though he is a fucking vile racist. It doesn't matter that he's a troll. He says fucking terrible things. It doesn't matter if he's trolling. His real beliefs are, it doesn't matter that he's trolling, because his real beliefs are like probably not much less abhorrent than the like trolling that he does, the things that he says when he's trolling.
Literally said that.
I could have worded that better. Whatever.
Yeah, I literally said that because I knew that this would happen, right? I literally called the game before it even happened. I'm like, freaking, I don't even want to call that Nostradamus because it was just like a fact of it. You know, it's like looking on the radar and seeing the clouds coming in and being like, I think it's gonna rain, guys. Like, it's not even like that crazy, right? And what he's saying here is not even untrue, which I'll explain. It's not.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna get clipped.
You think Hitler was very cool? Yes.
And what he's saying here is, how come they didn't edit that out? You would think, would they edit? Wait, did you edit this, Julio? You didn't do it this way, right? I didn't watch the new video that you released on this. They did this, but you did this. Okay, never mind. Untrue. Totally. So there are ways that you can take. So I'm just analyzing this, right? This is like this is total analysis. I'm stepping back and I'm like looking at the whole picture, right? What he's saying could be true under specific circumstances. So what is wrong about that? Like, I get it from their point of view, but like, does this convince anybody? Like, how bad are the zombies nowadays? Because like, there's no way. Hitler is cool could be true in the context that like, was he a cool person at the time that he was alive? And I was like, the thing that confuses me is like, hold on, so.
Huh? What does that have to do with at the time? What does that have to do with it? What? No, you either think he was a cool person or you don't. Okay, it doesn't really matter what fucking time period he lived in. Hitler was an evil, genocidal maniac. Okay, that's it. If you think he's cool, you're a dumbass. You're probably a genocidal maniac. That would be my guess.
You're meaning to paint a bad picture of me, but then you just
can we replay that?
Could be true in the context that like,
could be true. Okay, what Leaflet? If you're gonna say that this is out of context, is that what you're gonna say?
At the time that he was alive, and I like the thing that confuses me is like, hold on, so you're meaning to paint a bad picture of me, but then you just uploaded it normally? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't get the angle. It's like the only thing that you show is that you don't get it, right? That's like honestly, this is like a litmus test. It's like I explained it like as clear as possible, as clear, concise, and like as logically as possible. And if like you don't understand what I'm trying to say, then
but you said that Hitler could be cool. I guess that he could be cool if you lived back then. So hold on.
At the time that he was
what?
alive, and I was like,
at the time
point of view, but like
that he was alive.
Like, how bad are the zombies nowadays? Because like, there's no way Hitler is cool. Could be true in the context that like, was he a cool person at the time that he was alive? And
was he a cool? No, he wasn't though. He wasn't a cool person at the time that he was alive. Like in that context, yeah. If you think he was cool when he was alive, you're a fucking piece of shit. Dude, he murdered a fuck ton of people. He wanted to do fascism. He did fascism, which led to a genocide. It was bad. Okay, like I know. Hot take here, Hitler bad.
What confuses me is like, hold on, so you're meaning to paint a bad picture of me, but then you just uploaded it normally? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't get the angle. It's like the only thing that you show is that you don't get it, right? That's like
if we don't get it, explain. Explain if you're saying that we don't get it, because like I think I'm getting it. Like I think I'm understanding. Right? Like what are you saying in this clip if it's not what the the clip chimp is
honestly,
trying to say.
It's like I explained it like as clear as possible, as clear, concise, and like as logically as possible. And if like you don't understand what I'm trying to say, then it's like I don't know. You might just be a quango, you know? Like I don't think anyone can say that he wasn't, because he was cool to his people for sure.
One of those, I'm tired of pretending he's not.
Contextually, he was. Yeah, it's the same thing as saying like, well, the uniforms that the Nazis have were cool. They are, because Hugo Boss did them, and he was really good at his job, and that was the point. Because being cool was. The uniforms that the Nazis have were cool. They are, because he Rango, you know? Like, I don't think anyone can say that he wasn't, because he was cool to his...
I don't think anyone can say that he wasn't? What's up, Donut? Okay, so Leaflet thinks... we're talking about Hitler. Okay, Hitler is cool. Hitler is cool. Now, this is a real hot take from J-Star. This is an actual J-Star hot take. I think that the Nazi uniforms were kind of trash. I mean, like everybody says that they were cool, that they were like they looked good. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think that they were bland and lame and wait, what else is there to say? I just didn't really like them. I don't really like military garb in general. I'm trying to think of like some military uniform that I like. I can't even fucking think of one. Okay, not to sound ignorant, but why did they hate Jews so much? Was it their features? Because from my perspective, they look white. Jews are Judaism is not an ethnicity, man. It's not white, it's not black, it's a religion. Okay, the reason that the Nazis hated the Jews is because they believed that the Jews they either genuinely believed this, or it was just a means to gain power. They believed that the Jews were secretly controlling society through the banking system. They were importing bad people. They were like sabotaging the great nation of Germany. Yeah, but no one is gonna look at a black Jewish man and call them Jewish. Nobody's gonna look at a white guy and call them Jewish. Okay, that's it. There are some people that look Jewish, and these are people with large noses. Okay, like that's what people look at. But obviously, people that aren't Jewish, they be having large noses. It's not a feature unique to Jews. It's actually a feature that is unique to people that live in mountainous regions. Not to sound dickish, but Jewish have certain features like nose and curly hair. Yeah, I mean, I think that that's kind of a trend that you see. But this is because of the like lineage of Jews historically, where they lived, where they propagated, right, where they succeeded. Jews have been kicked out of a lot of countries. Okay, they have been. So like, there are a few places where they've kind of you know, formed large communities. And in most countries, they formed very small communities. Anyway, back to this shit.
Contextually, he was. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as saying like, well.
What do you mean contextually? What do you like? You're just saying words and like and then you're like, no, I explained it well. I explained it well. Why are you calling me racist? Why are you calling me a Hitler lover? Like, you said that Hitler is cool in context. What is the context? What is the world back then? That's the context? Okay, Hitler was fucking lame. He wasn't cool relative to the rest of the world. He was a fucking dickless loser that killed a bunch of people for no fucking reason.
No, the uniforms that the Nazis have were cool. They are, because Hugo Boss did them, and he was really good at his job, and that was the point. Because being cool was the point, right? Like it's like saying that like villains can look cool. There are a lot of villains that look cool, like Darth Vader, for instance, looks cool, and even Palpatine, right? Who like is intentionally like
definitely not.
People love the unlimited power thing that he did. People think that's really cool. People say it all the time, right? So yeah, it's
no, that's like that not because it's cool, because it's funny. Because of the way and look, I like the Star Wars movies. Everybody likes the Star War, okay? But that line is, you know, it's kind of like a do it, you know? It's like unlimited power, you know? It's funny, okay? It's funny. It's over the top, okay? If you think that is like a dramatic scene, if you think he's like being cool in that scene, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Are you high? What are you high on? I need it.
That they tried to go for was specifically to make it look cool. That was an intentional decision by them, right? So, like, there are so many examples of villains that have absolute fucking aura. Like Ron Druid, for instance, from Made in Abyss. Like, he's got like giga aura, right? But he's a bad guy.
See, I kind of agree with her about this. Like, villains can be cool. Okay, Victor Von Doom. He's the coolest villain in all of fiction, in my opinion. Well, I don't know. I could definitely think of some contenders, okay? But, like, I really like Doom. And he's a villain. He's, like, straight up an evil guy, okay? He's sympathetic, okay? But Magneto, yeah, Magneto, yeah. He's yet another sympathetic Marvel villain. But anyway. And he's Jewish? I didn't even know that. Anyway, that's not the point, man. Yeah, villains can be cool. Okay, Hitler wasn't one of them. Villains are cool in fiction. In real life, they're just stinky. Okay, Hitler wasn't fucking cool. He took over his country. He seized power through nefarious methods, and then he killed 6 million Jews and another, like, at least 12 million other people. This is fucking crazy.
There's something broken in his brain, like, where he has trouble connecting, like, what he's doing to, like, being a bad thing. Like, he's missing, like, a sort of empathetic thing. He's basically, like, a psychopath, right? Bondred is essentially a psychopath, but he's still cool despite that, right? The idea that, like, we're going to take that and then say,
okay,
well, in the modern context...
So that means Hitler is cool? Why? What? Leaflet. Do you think that Hitler is cool in the today time? Because you said, like, Hitler was cool in the... I'm stuck on what you said earlier, okay? You said Hitler is cool in the context of the past. Well, okay, so he's, like, not cool anymore? Why? Why? What changed? What changed in the world that made Hitler not cool anymore? I don't understand.
you could make an argument that like in the public perception, especially amongst trolly people, that they would consider him to be cool.
Trolly
Even if the things he did
people.
is bad. Like you could separate the two things, right? But people are. Hold on. I explained this like so in depth. Isn't it interesting that in the modern era we only get sympathetic more
So in depth, dude. Holy shit. I want her to explain more, but she's not going to. Okay, she's just gonna keep saying like, no, I explained it all good. I explained it real good. See, listen, and just like, what did you say? You said Hitler was cool in the past. The implication being that he's not cool anymore, but okay, like Nick Fuentes said he's cool. Nick Fuentes didn't fucking say that. He just said like, oh yeah, Hitler, he's a cool guy. Me and Hitler, we're like this. Let's keep going. Okay,
God.
I'll move
No,
on.
Actually, it makes perfect sense. Nicodemus, actually, it makes perfect sense. Because in order to create a truly evil villain, because every villain is like, well, almost every villain, there's like, you know, a level of like psychopathic villain that doesn't fit this mold, but that's like actually very rare. Almost every villain believes that they're the hero, right? Even if they're doing something completely awful. I'm sure Hitler thought he was the hero. I'm sure Stalin thought he was the hero. Like all of these people thought that they were doing the right thing, regardless of like how they delude themselves into that, right? And the reason I said that what you're saying makes sense is because the reason why a lot of villains are like that nowadays is because I feel like the villains nowadays are just projecting the darkness of the writers, but like directly, not like indirectly. Like it's literally like them, but like if they could get away with it. Does that make sense? So like I think they're not actually emulating the villains, right? Because like to write a good villain, to be a writer that writes a good villain, you would have to put you have to put yourself in their shoes. You'd have to emulate that villain in your mind, simulate their actions based on what their motives are, their impetus, their telos. You'd have to like simulate all of that, take it into yourself.
How you write any
not
character?
Even emulate, just to simulate really. And if they can't do that, then they can only write villains that are in line with something they would do. Does that make sense? They write villains that are literally what they're capable of, rather than what other people could be possibly capable of, rather than what the villain they're writing would be capable of. They're writing what they themselves would be capable of. And if you think of it in that context, it makes sense. The madman never thinks he's mad. In his mind, he's the same one, and everyone else is crazy by G.K. Chesterton. They can't create a theory of mind that's outside of themselves. Exactly. Honestly, I think that's the problem with like so much of this world. But like to be honest, it's a combination of things. It's a combination of tetraethyl lead. I'm gonna go back and still blame that guy because the tetraethyl lead dropped the general intelligence of humanity by like a lot. We would be way smarter, like as human beings as a whole would be smarter if it wasn't for tetraethyl lead.
That's what I keep saying, bro. She's talking about lead in the paint, right? And in the gasoline. Tetraethyl lead. Oops. Yeah, okay, she's talking about it in the gasoline. Yeah, so I've talked to maybe she's been watching more of my content than I realized, because I used to talk about this all the fucking time. Can I use you as an emergency contact? No. No, why the fuck would you use me? What? What, chatter? What? No, I can't be your emergency contact. Make it, you know, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not your family. I can't take that responsibility. We've known each other for over a year. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean that... Anyway, moving on. The answer is no. Okay, I'm sorry, bruh. That's crazy. I'm gonna put my favorite streamer down as my emergency contact. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Okay, anyway. God, you got me a little off track. Okay, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, tetraethyl lead. Yeah. Yeah, so look, she's right about this, sort of, but she's not elaborating, and I think it's worth talking about. Okay, leaded gasoline, it harmed people predominantly in urban environments where there were lots of cars. So people that grew up in suburbia, they weren't affected by it as much. You have to understand that lead is a heavy metal. So even though the particles are small and they float around in the air, they over time they, you know, fall into the dirt, okay, and on the ground where you don't breathe it in. So it's mainly a problem in urban, or it was a problem in urban areas up until 1997 is when it was phased out. Anywho, what did you say? to have her mention to you. Oh, the leaded gasoline thing. I was saying that this is something I used to talk about a lot, especially as it pertained to conversations about boomers and why they vote the way they do, why they, you know, are the way they are. Okay, it's, you know, probably on average, okay, boomers have lead poisoning. They do. Okay, straight up. They have a lot more lead poisoning than younger people. Okay, and if you were born after the year 2000, you probably have very little to no lead in your system. Okay, but that's how it works. So anyway, moving on.
As human beings, as a whole, would be smarter if it wasn't for tetraethyl lead. So like he created a foundation by creating a situation in which everybody's dumber.
So like she's kind of right here, but you have to remember that we're talking about averages. Okay, and this the numbers are skewed. Okay, so there's like basically there's a smaller part of the population that got much higher lead levels from the leaded gasoline, from leaded paint, and that's people in urban areas and cities.
Can I have some more hot tea? I love you. She's getting me some tea. She got me.
It's also worth noting that lead can be passed down from the mother to the firstborn child. Okay, so basically, like, if you're a woman and you were living your life before leaded gasoline was phased out, and you were, like, you know, breathing in lead, you were getting lead in your system, it'll build up in your bloodstream, and then when you have your firstborn, it'll kind of get washed out. Basically, your firstborn child will get a lot of that lead, and then your secondborn child won't get as much. Okay, so like if you know have if your mom maybe had other children and they weren't the firstborn, or I mean you weren't the firstborn, you know, maybe your older sibling, that might explain some things. Okay, I don't know. I'm not saying anything. Okay.
What is the Dragon's treasure code? Code B flat. But anyway, right. Tetraethyl lead. So tetraethyl lead reduced humanity's general capacity for intelligence by like a lot. And then on top of that, schools stopped teaching people the study of learning and the study of thinking. Right. It became like this is the thing. Repeat the thing. Like this is the absolute truth.
I mean, well, we never really. They never taught children how to critically think. Okay, schooling was better, but it was better because teachers weren't as stressed out all the time by things outside of the classroom, you know, paying rent and whatnot, because the pay was better, relatively. The facilities were cleaner. They were, you know, the classroom sizes were smaller. There were less kids, okay? And anyway, all of that went away with Reagan, okay? So, and it's worth noting, too, that during the times of segregation, black people had way worse facilities. Okay, so you know when I say that like schooling was better, it is mainly better for white people mostly. Okay. Anyway.
Repeat the truth rather than these are the evidence, discover the truth for yourself, or work through your thought process to understand that. Do you see what I mean? What is tetraethyl lead? Okay, so quick recap of the story. Long time ago, engines had a problem with engine knocking where it would reduce like the fuel efficiency of like cars. And in order to prevent that like kind of misfiring, they were trying to find a compound that would lower the engine knocking, which would increase the efficiency of fuel. And what they discovered was, they tried all of this shit. They came across a perfect solution, which was tetraethyl lead. To them, it was a perfect solution, right? But they knew it was bad. The people who made tetraethyl lead, but they were like, fuck it, like let's get rich. And so what happened was they started adding it, and it created a situation in which lead started to become aerosolized and it's in the air. We all know that lead is toxic in terms of the human body, and it specifically affects your brain, right? So they kept pushing that this tetraethyl lead is good, and the guy went on, like, you know, he went on media tours, like huffing it basically. Like he would be like, look guys, it is totally safe, and he'd take like a giant fucking like breath of it and be like, I'm totally fine. Like, is it bad if I'm willing to sniff it like this? And then what happened was he would do that. He would go on a sniffing tour, and then he would go on vacation to like get it out of his system, right? So like they knew that it was bad, but they did it anyway, and now everybody's more stupid because of it. Like the entirety of humanity, because the lead it's in the environment now, right? All of the tetraethyl lead that was burned, all that gas that was burned, is in the air. So by default,
I don't know if that last part is true. He cleansed his body of the lead. That's not really how that works, but okay. I don't know how true that story is. I hadn't heard that shit before. That's pretty funny. if true, but yeah, I mean, the thing about, you know, the like putting lead in the gasoline, and you know, they knew the entire time. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with smoking. Okay, tale as old as time. They feed us poison to kill us.
Because of that. Yeah, so anyway, you take that, right, which
And
lowers
make
the
us
general
dumber.
intelligence of humanity, which is necessary for the capability of simulating things, and the capability of complex thought. Intelligence is required for that, for like at a base level, right? That doesn't mean that like you couldn't elevate your ability to do this like through force training, but it's not. It's mostly rooted in like you have a base stat, right? Anyway, so that plus schools really teaching people to use the muscle. You know, I mean, obviously, I mean, you know, figuratively, the muscle of thinking for yourself and coming to conclusions for yourself, like observing evidence, observing reality, and then coming to a conclusion based on what you observe. Nowadays, they teach you like, oh, you know, here's the thing, learn this thing, and that's it. Like just say it over and over again. Do you see what I mean? We also accommodate the slowest learner.
Yeah. No, ma'am. I need you to be more specific. If you're gonna make a claim like that. Schooling has always been about rote memorization. School, the goal of public education in this country, for the entire time since the Industrial Revolution, it has been to produce employees. Okay, that's what it's all about. It's never been about critically thinking. Actually, that's kind of they want to avoid that as much as possible. Okay, so like if you're gonna say that schools back then they actually taught people how to think, okay, how? Be specific. What about the curriculum was different that resulted in people being more equipped to analyze facts and critically think and like reason? Okay, I need evidence.
You know what, Pixelago, that's also a good point, is we've kind of created that situation as well, where we don't really try to help out gifted people, and we try to keep everyone at the same rate, which lowers the total quality. So like all of these things together have been a kind of even...
Do you not know about like honors classes, AP, like people that but also you can skip grades. I mean, people that like have that are like better naturally at performing in school, they're able to do these things. Okay, they're given like special treatment. Okay, there's like there are gifted programs for kids that are like ahead of their peers. Okay, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that, but I also think that the like measure of who is gifted and who isn't is fundamentally flawed. Okay, because of what I was saying earlier about what school is really for. Okay, which is to produce employees. That's it.
Even if not unified, they've been a total assault on any sort of rational thought, which is why you see so many people that are just like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean you don't get this, right? And it's really confusing, but when you think about it, it kind of all makes sense. Like, I couldn't have explained this any easier, I think, more comprehensively. I don't think I could have, like, in a lot of cases, I would chalk it up to a misunderstanding. Like, I'd be like, okay, well, you misunderstood what I said. Let me clarify what I said, and like, hopefully, like, you'll understand me now. It's not one of those. It's not a case of that.
What? But what do you mean? You said Hitler is cool, huh? Oh, I don't understand why people don't... You said Hitler is cool. Oh, why didn't people understand the point that I was making? Yeah. I don't know, man. That's tough.
A person cropped what I said, and they intentionally set it up to mislead them. This was uploaded in its whole form. So, like, we can rule those out, right? We can rule out misdirection, and we can rule out... Yeah, we can rule out misdirection. So, like, what could it be then, right? Like, I couldn't... Oh, also misunderstanding. We can rule out misunderstanding, we can rule out misdirection. I explained this as comprehensively as possible. So I don't think there's a way I could have more comprehensively explained the point. Really, it's a processing issue. It's an issue of a software incompatibility, or a hardware incompatibility. It's one or the other. Probably both. Trolly people, that they would consider him to be cool. Even if the things he did is bad. Like, you could separate the two things. I even said it like that. Did I not? I literally said, even if the things he did is bad, you can separate the two things. This is what I mean. Like, this is as comprehensive as possible, right? But people are just...
How? How can you separate that? How? How can you say Hitler was cool, but that genocide thing that he did was bad? Explain. I want to hear it. I want to hear the explanation.
like Hitler would say a thing, and then everyone would automatically think that it's awful to believe the same thing, even if it's not even false. Like, it's kind of the joke of like, well, Hitler breathed air, so you breathe air too, so like that must mean that you're a bad person. It's kind of like that level of like logical, just ineptness. This is what I mean.
Okay, be specific. What did he say? Guys, look. You can go listen to his speeches. Okay? I'll give you the, the Spark Notes. Or whatever. He lied. Okay? Hitler lied all the time. Pretty much everything he said was a lie. That's not much of an exaggeration. Like, in his speeches, right, in his public speeches, he just lied over and over again, all of it. All of it. And even when he wasn't totally lying, he would frame things to like make it look like Germany was the good guys, okay, when they obviously weren't. Example, okay, the one that fucking the stupid fucking Groypers bring up all the time is the Warsaw quote. Okay, when he said he offered peace to Warsaw 5 times, that was technically true, right? He offered multiple surrenders to Warsaw, but he left out the part where, Germany was invading Warsaw. They were invading Poland. They were bombing them. He was like, oh, I offered peace to them. They left me no choice. Well, yeah, man, you were invading them. So it's kind of like, and this is something that not just Hitler has done, okay, but a lot of leaders throughout history have used this kind of excuse of preemptive strikes, okay, because Hitler, what he said about that whole Warsaw thing is that they were attacking Poland before Poland attacked them. Okay, that was the excuse, that was the reasoning. It was bullshit, but it didn't fucking matter. Okay, and my point is this wasn't unique to Hitler, but this is something that a lot of leaders do to reach different ideological ends. Okay, so like our country does this, and I criticize it when we do it because but there is no justification for aggressively warring with another nation that hasn't done anything to you. But people do not want war. They don't want their country to do war, but they are more accepting of it if the leader frames it like a defense, okay, like a preemptive strike. Okay. Oh yeah, we are attacking, but they were gonna attack us. Okay, it's like, yeah, okay, man. All right, cool.
So they uploaded this whole.
Anyway.
Uploaded this whole, and they still don't get it. You do not, under any circumstance, any at all, have to hand it to Adolf Hitler. So what was the context of the video, though? The context of the video was Ben Shapiro using the conversation with Nick Fuentes and Piers Morgan to attack Piers Morgan. So it's not like I just got up all of a sudden and was like, yo, I'm gonna glaze Hitler. Like, what the hell? Like, that's not even what happened. I don't know how the people who send me these clips.
Well, you look, man. No. The context doesn't make it better. How the fuck does the context make it better? Oh yeah, I didn't glaze Hitler out of nowhere. I glazed Hitler because I was reacting to a fucking Hitler supporter. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, you glazed Hitler, so...
As far into the streams, like, holy shit, she's not good at what she does. Don't I have like over 1,000 viewers right now? Just confused. Like, where does that come from? Like, how do you measure that? How do you measure I'm not good at what I do? To be honest, you were pretty cool, but if you went down and murdered 6 million people, I'd stop calling you cool. To be fair, you are pretty cool, but if you went out and murdered 6 million people, you would stop calling me cool. But why? See, like, even that like question, like Hydraulic on Twitch says, you're pretty cool, but if you went out and murdered 6 million people, I'd stop calling you cool. But like, in what context? Like, in totality? Like, even in this video, even in this specific video, I gave the scenario in which he would be cool. Does that make sense? Like, is he cool? So, okay, let me explain like this. Is Hitler cool because he killed 6 million people? Do you see how easy that was? Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about, obviously. Leaf, I'm not surprised that the account is banned. He's one of the people who tried to deplatform.
Oh yeah, he's cool because... Okay, so there we go. So he's not cool for killing 6 million people. We can cross that off the list. What is he cool for? How is Hitler cool, Leaflet? What about Hitler is cool? What did he do that was good? Is it like... Was it his style, right? You mentioned the uniforms earlier. Did Hitler, like, have a cool style? Was it the lederhosen? Was it his masculine body? His defined muscles? Like, what was it, man?
I mean, I can see that now. I can totally see that being the case. Bro's blaming VTubing like normal streamers don't have Hitlers like the one literally behind. Okay, so now they're hold on. So VTuber enjoyers are now defending VTubing because they're saying that, oh, I see, they attacked all of VTubing. Okay, that's like kind of a stretch. Especially when a lot of VTubers, like I'd say that I'm kind of I'd say that right-wing VTubers are definitely the outlier. I'm not even right-wing like that hard, honestly. I'm pretty, I wouldn't say centrist. I'm pretty moderate right. Again, I'm like about as far as
right.
left. It's kind of weird to make this claim when there's a lot of VTubers. Obviously,
yeah, man.
Most VTubers I think are more likely to be on the left than on the right. So this is just a weird statement in the first place. And then there's the defense here of it, so it's kind of funny. Her voice is actually an auditory attack. Oh my god. I reserve the opinion that VTubing isn't unique. It's nowhere near new. It's just.
Did she just say that she's as far right as Asmon is left? Okay, well, Asmon isn't left wing at all. Like, is that? Wait, what?
Right wing like that hard, honestly. I'm pretty, I wouldn't say centrist. I'm pretty moderate right. Again, I'm like about as far right as Asmongold is to the left. It's kind of weird to make this.
That is insane, man.
It's nowhere near new. It's just a modern version of PNG tubers. VTubers are just people. Okay, speedrunning the grift. This is unsustainable. Like, what is the grift? What is the grift?
Like, if you are to the right of Asmongold, yeah, I mean, you are approaching Hitler as cool territory. So that, yeah, this makes a lot of sense, actually.
In fact, like, I go so far.
I agree with her there.
Like, to be honest,
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't agree with her that Asmon is left of center. The fuck? That's idiotic. That's so fucking dumb. But yeah, I mean, I would say that, you know, she is more to the right of Asmongold at this point. But honestly, I don't, like, there was the Palestinian thing that she said, but that was months ago. But like, this is, I feel like this is kind of a leap for Leaflet. I don't even think I saw her react to this. I don't remember watching her react to the Piers Morgan Nick Fuentes debate, but this shit is insane, man. She said Hitler is cool. Hitler is cool.
On the definition of grift, right? Like a person who says a lot of things they don't believe. I don't think that's fair. Being cool is subjective, and the person calling him cool is expressing that perspective, so to them they're cool. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a good way to put it. Thank you, DJQ. Don't I say all the time what I believe in, even if it pisses people off? Like, I say what I believe in constantly, like, even if it's against, like, the conservative, like, block, you know? So it's like, I don't understand, like, how that would be.
You know, because of her commenters coming into my comments, arguing with me, I've been thinking about, is Leaflet a grifter? Right? I did call her a grifter a couple times, and it's hard to say. You know, the most convincing narrative I can come up with for it, her a grifter, no. Well, like, words have meaning, man, so we can throw these words around. She can't just be a grifter because she's a dumbass, because she's a right-wing person. Grifters are people that are disingenuine. Oh, I was being sarcastic, she is. Yeah, I know you were being sarcastic. I'm saying, like, I don't know if I don't know if I think that she's a grifter. Because the point of contention here is she stating her true beliefs, or is she, or not? Is she, because, like, she might not be a grifter, man. She may actually believe this shit. Okay, which would mean she's not a grifter. But anyway, the reason I think that she might be a grifter is because I think she might be getting paid by Israel. But the thing is, she doesn't really talk about Israel that much. So it's hard to say. But when she has, she's glazed Israel, and, like, for no reason. Like, Israel is deeply unpopular in her circles and in everywhere. Everybody hates Israel. It's weird that she's defending Israel. But since she seems to like Hitler, which honestly I wasn't expecting, okay, but like, since she's a Hitler supporter now, I guess that means that like that yeah, she's probably not a grifter. Like, the Israel shit makes sense now. Yeah. Like, if you think that Hitler was a cool person in his time, or in any time, or whatever, then, yeah, naturally you're gonna support Israel. That just, it's like the logical, conclusion. It's the train of thought, you know?
this.
Anyway.
I just don't think it's very accurate. Like, you can say I'm an asshole, but I don't know about grifter. Like, grifter's just not. I miss when VTubers was.
Yeah, I mean, you can say I'm a racist, fucking Nazi piece of shit, fascist. I like it how she was arguing. She was so mad because there was, like, one person that was calling her a grifter. And she tried to say that, like, this person was threatening her life by calling her a fascist. Not a grifter, a fascist. And she was, like, so pissed off about it. And now she's just like, yeah, Hitler is cool. Hitler is awesome. Yeah. I love Israel. Yeah. Well, very cool, man. Very cool.
Kissing. That's never been the case. So, like, did they watch just clips of VTubers kissing, and then that's their entire experience of VTubing? I think you're right, Creeper Hunter.
VTubers kissing.
The only way you would come to this conclusion is by being an absolute tourist, and that all you saw was timeline curated videos of like Hololive girls kissing or something like that. It's like the only way this would be the case. This is so odd because hold on. I don't think a single VTuber has cumulatively disappointed me as much as Leaf. Others have fallen further, but they didn't start as high in my esteem. Has cumulatively disappointed me. How do I disappoint people? You know, I had the realization that
by I'll tell you how.
To be honest, like,
I'll tell you how. By saying that Hitler is cool. You're goddamn right it's fair. What the fuck? Yo, why are people disappointed in me? Well, you see, Leaflet, before this, you hadn't said that Hitler was cool, and now you have said that Hitler was cool, so that's why. Okay, there you go.
Real. I think this is actually fair. Back in the day, I kept all of my opinions to myself, except for late night streams, where they would slowly seep out the cracks. And the reason why is because everyone told me that that's what I had to be. And I'm just being like honest with you guys. When I was VTubing before, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know what I wanted, like what I was doing. And so the funny thing is if you know me, if you actually know me personally, like as a friend, you have seen me do this before. Everybody. And if you know what I'm talking about, say what's up in chat and tell them that this is true.
What's up?
Or I had to go back to stream, I would post a picture of Rimuru putting on a mask, and I would say time to get back to work. And so the reason why is because to me, I was doing that, being what other people wanted me to be. Does that make sense? How do I explain it? Everyone told me that I had to be a certain way if I wanted to be a VTuber, if I wanted to quote unquote make it. That's what everyone told me. And I don't even think it was necessarily bad advice. I think to them it was good advice. Like they thought that was what was necessary. And the reason is when presented with a void, people will project their own beliefs onto other people. So often they don't know and support an imaginary phantom. So when I started out VTubing, everyone told me that, and you have to understand that. And if you're an old school VTubing fan, you know what I'm talking about. You'll know what I mean. In that the old VTubing world was a lot more ingrained with like Japanese idol culture, and it was all about conforming and like being in that mold to not stick out too much. Like in other ways, you wanted to stick out specifically in the I'm an idol, that's what I am sort of a thing, right? And this is why, like, by the way, the anime Oshinoko, it is painful to watch. It's like very fucking awful. Like when I watch that anime, like fuck, it feels so bad. But no, it's a good show. It's a good show with really good writing, but it's very painful. Like your experience watching it is gonna be different from my experience watching it. Like my experience is like I know things, right? So it's kind of different for me. But Strike Ian, thank you so much. 13 months on my favorite mega ultra far right slime. But anyway, so like going into I was saying before, I'm actually gonna read the notifications real quick so I can actually get through my thoughts. Let me pause it. Okay, everyone told me that I had to be that way, otherwise I wasn't gonna make it. And like a ton of people told me this too. Like and again, like I'm not saying it's completely negative. Like a lot of them were just saying that because they cared about me. And then late at night, I would talk more about like what I actually believed in while we were playing games. And then, man, I distinctly remember, like, just friends telling me, like, man, like, Leaflet, what are you doing? I'm so disappointed in you. Like, what? You're talking about those things. And I'm like, okay, that's not what a proper VTuber would do, right? And I was like, what? Like, they said, if you keep at it, you're never gonna make it, is what they told me. And, like, I still remember that to this day. And then I just started to get, like, more and more miserable. You know, like, more and more miserable. Because I'm, like, just putting on... And the thing you have to understand, chat, is, like, I'm not...
Yeah, and then you decided to glaze Asmongold every day, fucking suck on his peanuts, all day, every day, so that you could get a crumb of clout, okay? That's it. So that one day he would shout you out, and it worked. It worked, and you gained what, like, so far, like 30,000 more subscribers? For Leaflet, I believe her story. I believe what she's saying, because you have to understand, Leaflet's channel, and it probably continued after, like, I'm sure this story is going to go on for a little bit longer, perhaps. But her channel was dead. Dead in the water. I remember she was stuck at 130... I said 30,000. I meant, like 40. 40,000 subscribers. She was stuck at 135,000 subscribers for months. I was watching her. She didn't get even 1,000 subscribers in the entire time. So she had 100... I think it was like 134. And she just didn't gain any. And then Asmongold shouted her out, and in like 2 days she got 10,000 extra subscribers. And then later he shouted her out again. He reacted to one of her videos, and now we're here. Okay, now she's at 174. I suspect her channel will continue to grow slowly. And then it'll probably stagnate again. It'll die. Her view counts will certainly nosedive. Because who the fuck wants to watch this shit, man? Like, say what you will about me. I'm not really like, you know, I got nowhere to go but up, buddy. Okay, but her? Oh, the fall is gonna be beautiful. It really is. And I am here to capitalize on it. Yes. Yes, I'm here to react. We're gonna watch the death of Leaflet's channel in real time over the next few months, okay? I'm telling you. She'll keep getting subscribers, okay? She'll get some, but like my point is like she's at the peak right now. She's at the peak right now, right? Something will happen. She'll get exposed. There'll be like because like Leaflet is I can already tell, like, the controversy is gonna come. Okay, it's only a matter of time. And I don't know what it's gonna be, okay? It could be about, like, trans people. It'll probably be about children. Okay, she's gonna, like... Because I already know some stuff that she was saying back in the day on her Discord about the kids. And we gotta protect them from the trans... The evil trans groomers. Okay, but like, she took it a little too far, and then she stopped saying stuff like that. But look, I'm telling you, the fall is coming, and it might be slow. I hope it's fast. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope it's explosive.
Glitter and the fame, it's not why I did it, right? I did it to survive, to be honest. So, like,
either way, I think it'll be entertaining.
People's impetus, you know. In fact, the fame makes me uncomfortable, to be honest. It's kind of the opposite. And it's like, even now, like, I'll have conversations with people, and they'll be like, Leaflet, don't you know that, like, what you says matters? There's like so many people watching and like listening to what you say. What do you mean? Like, it confuses me, right? Like, even now, like, when I look at the view count, like, it's weird to me. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't understand it, you know. I'm like, why are so many people listening to me, right? Like, it's confusing. And anyway, so I started to get like more and more.
Hey, you and me both, sister. Okay, goddamn. Dude, she just said it, okay? Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm confused, too.
Are you talking to a friend? Oh, okay.
I mean, but I'm not confused, okay? People, they like your words because you get kind of racist with it sometimes. Usually, you're good at, like, hiding your power level, okay? And anyway, you say the right things, okay? That's it. People are angry right now. They want something to blame. The system is broken, and... you know, you just do casual racism, okay? That's it.
Worked and I popped the mask emote. A funny note is, today's the day I stopped using it. I've told myself I'm not using the mask emote anymore. That's it, it's over. So I changed it to a magical girl. I changed it to, I've been using like, I'm gonna use like magical girl transformations instead. Sorry, so to loop back into what I was saying, I had a couple friends, and you know who you are. I'm gonna not call it out because I don't want any aggro on you. I've had a couple friends who told me, like, Leaflet, you should just fucking do yourself. Like, what are you doing? You know? Like, you should just talk about what you care about. Like, stop this shit. Oh my god, you wanna know the weirdest thing? Alright, I don't know how many of you have watched me for a long time. I'm sure some of you have. But does anybody remember the 1 week I tried to be an idol? Because everyone told me that's what I had to be. So I put on maximum mask for 1 week, and it was really fucking awful. I think about those streams now, and I'm like, dude, those were so cringe. Like, holy fuck. No, it's not the Emoto streams, it was different. Like, I went on, and like, what I would do is I would get to my desk, put the mask on, and I'd be like, okay, switch on, completely change your personality, and just be that. Be exactly what people want you to be. And I did that for a week, and I couldn't handle it. You want to see it for shits and giggles? I don't remember when it was. It was around, I don't know when it was. Maybe like 2 years ago. That being said, right, Jacob,
yeah, I wasn't watching back then.
Notifications at the end. Thank you for all of the support. I appreciate it. That being said, I don't think it's really a bad thing, completely. Like, I
started watching Leaflet like a year ago, maybe. Well, like 9 months ago.
Aesthetic and that's your ideal, then you should go for it. But for me, it was seeking what ideal. I wasn't seeking the ideal I wanted. I was seeking the ideal that people wanted me to be. Does that make sense? And that's when it's kind of unhealthy. My friend, like, a couple of my friends just told me, like, what are you doing, Leaflet? Just like fucking stop. Like, just talk about what you want to talk about. Like, you know what you like, Leaflet. You want to know what you like. You like watching Andrew Wilson, and you like watching Warren, and you like watching people commentate on like political shit. And you like talking about that because that's what you talk about in private. So why don't you just fucking talk about that? Like, what are you doing? And that was like when the YouTube channel started. That's actually what happened. Was they're like, listen, we're not using the YouTube channel. Just fucking talk about the shit you care about. But I'm not supposed to do that. And it's like, no, but like, why don't you just do it anyway? Okay, you're right. Fuck it, because I don't care anymore, right? And so I started talking more about political stuff because that's what I actually cared about. And like, anybody who knows me from that time, they know that that's the stuff I actually cared about. Because I was in like these like kind of secret discords, like secret wrong think Chuba discords where we would talk about like political stuff, but it was like the wrong think crowd. I just started talking about it. Now I feel like I'm actually more me than I ever was as a content creator, right? Ugh, even saying that is so gross. But as a you know, VTuber or whatever.
Yeah, I'm more me than I ever was. I think Hitler is awesome. I get to say that Hitler is cool now. Yes. Yeah, dude, you know, the woke mob, they just wanted to censor you, bro. It's so sad. You had to hide away in the secret wrong think Discord servers.
And I
Wow.
think going back to what started this entire conversation, this is actually reasonable because it's reasonable if what you fell in love with in a romantic way, but in the same way you would fall in love with an anime, right? What they actually liked, what they fell in love with, was not real. This is actually totally fair because the thing that they liked about me, the content they liked about me, wasn't there anymore. What was left was actually me. They don't like the actual me. They like the mask me, which is understandable. I don't blame them for that, right? You see what I mean? Like, how can you hate them for that? They just don't like it. You're free to like dislike things, right? You're free to not like what I talk about, and you're free to prefer VTubers kissing and VTubers smiling, doing a little dance for you, and being cute and anime, and you're free to like that. And I think all the power to you. You know, like I wish you the best. So I understand your disappointment. I truly do.
How do you make VTubers kiss?
This is odd because there is a part of this I get and I agree with, but it never ends with me saying Hitler was cool or cool to his people. Like, Hitler was charismatic and radicalized many people with nationalism and hatred. But there were also a lot of dissent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading it. This is kind of the correct take. It's not how I would word it, but yeah, Hitler was a charismatic person, and but the people did like him, but it depends on what time we're talking. Okay, like the Hitler did not win the election in 1932. In fact, he lost by a landslide, okay? But through backroom deals, he got the president to elect him as chancellor, and then, of course, the rest is history. So, Hitler was charismatic, but people didn't really, like, he didn't charm people, right off the bat, okay? He didn't, it's not what happened. Otherwise, he would have won the election. He would have beaten, what was his name? Hindenburg, right? Something like that. I can't remember. My bad.
Dissent. I think they mean dissent, like D-I-S-S.
Not a historian.
So again, like coolness is just an adjective, so it depends on the context, right? So like for instance, right, if you were to say Leaflet is a nice person, well, what is the context in which you say that? Because like for instance, like if you look at my stories, the story where I got the scammer back and I fucked
yeah, I mean the context of saying that would be like living in fucking fairy tale land. It would be living in it'd be having schizophrenia, perhaps.
Right. So it's kind of in the context of like the actual situation. I would never idolize the things people are constantly telling idols to be. Well, that's you. Right, Amateur? That's you. Everybody likes different things, and I think that's fine. I don't have any like thing to say really about if people like idols. That's kind of what they need in their life, and that's fine. Ant McLeod, thank you so much for the sub as well. I don't know, like the way I view things now is like so different. Yeah, just the way I see things is really different now. By the way, the whole fake you're allowed to disagree with me and dislike what I say. Meanwhile, blows a gasket when she gets criticized, and oh, I know you. Yo, it's the Plague Doctor. It's the infamous Plague Doctor Gaming. By the way, love the whole fake you're allowed to disagree with me and dislike what I say. Meanwhile, blows a gasket whenever she gets criticized and lashes out.
You know, I am making fun of her, but like the message that she is saying here is true. Okay, which is be yourself, okay? Fucking be, especially if you're a content creator. But really, even if you're just a regular person, like, be yourself. Don't fucking fake it. Just, and anyway, I never struggled with this. So, like, I don't really understand it, okay? Like, why people, like, what if people don't like me? I gotta hide who I am. You know, I don't understand it, but I know that people do it. Okay, so it's a good message to try and send to people, you know, love yourself, who fucking cares what other stupid people think.
Wait, am I blowing a gasket right now? These people are literally criticizing me. You're just wrong. And lashes out by calling them the R slur? Yeah, because they're retarded, right? Like, I'm just, you know, I'm saying it what it is. They're retarded, so I'm calling them retarded. No, this guy's kind of infamous. This guy's been, like, on Discord, basically, very mad at me. You want to talk about it? Plague Doctor Gaming? Like, actually, like, if you want to talk about it, like, let's talk about it, like, right now. You want your 5 seconds of fame? Let's see what you're about, because I'm actually curious. It's almost as if you got more hate for allowing mods and people to be borderline predatory towards minors. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. Plague Doctor Gaming says at Mentals, there's a difference between...
See, she's so fucking demeaning, dude. And this is exactly why I'm not going to fucking go into her chat and be like, fucking debate me, you pussy, okay? Because I already know, by the way, she is a pussy, okay? I know she is. Or else she would have made a video about me, she would have addressed me already. She hasn't fucking done that, okay? I know that she knows who I am. I know that she fucking watches my shit. I am 100% sure of it, okay? But anyway, look at this clip and tell me, and like, because I know her fans are watching this video right now when I upload it on YouTube, okay? Look at this fucking clip and tell me why I should go into her chat and be antagonistic. Tell me why I should go into her chat and ask her for a debate.
Let's see what you're about, because I'm actually curious.
You want your 5 minutes of fame?
Discord, basically. You want to talk about it? Plague Doctor Gaming? Like, actually, like, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Like, right now. You want your 5 seconds of fame? Let's see what you're about, because I'm actually curious.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
also
you,
just got more hate
dude.
For allowing mods and people to be borderline predatory towards minors. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Interesting. It's almost as if you got more hate for allowing mods and people borderline Yeah, I wouldn't say it's borderline. I've heard, I mean, well, it depends on who you trust. Okay, so like, I haven't seen all of the evidence. Okay, I've talked about it in passing, just to like meme. Okay, but look, Leaflet, like trying to indoctrinate children so that they so that they hate trans people, that is predatory behavior. That's weird. Do you not see how that's predatory? Do I need to explain that? Like, really?
What you mean?
If you don't see it as predatory, why did you stop doing it? Why did you stop doing that? I don't understand.
At Mentals, there's a difference between patriotism and nationalism. Nationalism is historically bad.
This is true. This is true, yeah.
Bad. Do we have a different definition of nationalism? Like, what's your definition of nationalism? Wait, did you stop talking? Where are you at, Plague Doctor? By the way, love the whole fake you're allowed to disagree with me and dislike what I say. Meanwhile, blows a gasket whenever she gets criticized. No, I don't really blow a gasket when people criticize me. That's not really true. And I call them the retard because they're a retard. That's why. It's not really complicated. Did he roach? I was really excited to have a conversation. But yeah, if I was so afraid, like, put it this way. If I was so
Define
afraid
nationalism.
not risking a ban on Twitch. Wait, why not? You want to go on Kid?
How about
Go on
you
Kid.
define
What
nationalism?
do you mean not risking a ban on Twitch?
Because you're the one that believes it, right? You're the nationalist, so like why the fuck should we define it? Like, yeah, I think that nationalism is bad. Okay, I think the nationalism bad, right? I'm a socialist, so if you say socialism is bad, I am prepared to tell you what socialism is. I'm not going to be like, oh, define socialism. Define socialism. Like, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what I believe. Because if I ask you to define socialism, you're just gonna make up some bullshit. You're just gonna say, it's communism, and communism is evil, and blah, 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 okay? That's what you're gonna fucking say, or something like that. Okay, so I'm not gonna put that ball in your court, right? Unless you, like, force it. Okay, unless you, like, force me to hear your definition. And so when it comes to nationalism, like, yeah, I can tell you what I think nationalism is. But you're probably just going to be like, oh, no, I don't think it's that. I think it's, like, actually just, like, being prideful about your country. And it's like, that's not what nationalism is, dude. That's not what it is. Nationalism is an ideology that constantly is in pursuit of an outgroup, an other, okay, to excise from the country, to remove from the country, to deport, okay, or cleanse, right? Nationalism, because nationalism is all about unity under the nation, right? We all have this national identity, but that's not where it ends, okay? Because then the question becomes, well, who is not a nationalist? Who do we think doesn't have this national identity? Basically, nationalism isn't really about pride in your nation, and it isn't even about the national identity itself. What it's about is finding the people who aren't nationalist, who you deem as the other. And this will inevitably be, communist, unionist, trade unionist, brown people who are not white. And, yeah, that's it.
You have to say to get banned on Twitch. What do you mean? Yeah, that's kind of sus. What do you mean? Like, what could you possibly say that get you banned on Twitch? But like, if I was afraid of people disagreeing with me, and if I wasn't the type of person to say that you're allowed to disagree with me and dislike what I say, explain why I'm friends with Tazi.
He's implying that what he's saying is like, oh, I don't want to get banned because I'm gonna say that nationalism is Nazi shit, and that is kind of a cop-out because you're not gonna get banned for saying that, okay? And it's true. Nationalism is Nazi shit. It's exactly what it is. But anyway, the person probably doesn't want to debate you because, I don't know, they're scared of your rabid audience, or or something like that. I don't know. At the same time, while I understand that feeling, that nervousness of, you know, being in front of a foaming, frothing, you know, fan base, I do think that if you're gonna go into a streamer's chat and, you know, antagonize them, yeah, you should be prepared to get in the Discord, get in the voice call. Okay, that's just me, though.
Like, I guarantee you, if you did this shit in a woke person's chat, you would get instantly banned. Like, where's the lie? I don't get what's hard to understand. I've been suspended before for saying the R word as an example during argument. Okay, just say the R word then. Like, you can do that, right? Like, if saying retard gets you banned in chat, then just say the R word. Like, you can replace that, right? Like, in your argument. So go ahead, replace it with R word, R word. Like, isn't this what you want? Like, you came on here and you're yelling at me, and I'm actually giving you the attention that you want. Isn't that nice of me? Holy fuck, I'm so nice. It's crazy. Like, me even doing this basically refutes your point in the first place. Saying you're allowed to disagree with me just like what I say, meanwhile blows a gasket. Like, this already refutes what you have to say. Because I'm literally engaging with you in good faith. And it's like I said, like if that were the case, then like I wouldn't be friends with Tazuto. I wouldn't be friends with Saber
good faith,
because Saber Wolf's a classic liberal. I disagree with him on a lot of shit. I disagree with Julio on a lot of shit as well. Julio's like a Catholic.
Yeah, Tazuto is a fucking classic liberal. You're right about that shit. He's a fucking moron. Yeah, Destiny
like,
moment.
Chat probably agrees. Well, not all of chat, but like a large amount of chat probably agrees with Julio more than me, more than with me. Right?
I wonder if Tazuto is like an ex-Destiny fan, because Destiny, like, fucking, didn't he? I think he raped someone, right? Am I crazy? That was like that was a more recent thing. He definitely videoed his wife without her consent and then sent it to a minor. But anyway.
I'm trying to understand what's your point even is about the R word, so like I don't want to risk Twitch smacking me. Okay, so what's your point? So you're saying that you think that me saying you're allowed to disagree with me,
cop out.
You're saying that that's
dude.
That's
see, why do people do this? Why do they do this shit? I don't understand. Like, you're gonna pussy out now? Why? Look, Leaflet is a dumbass. It's not. It's nothing. It's not. Debating her is like the easiest fucking thing in the world. If you're gonna come into her chat and antagonize her, yeah, just debate her, man. That's all you gotta do.
Meanwhile, I blow a gasket whenever I get criticized and lashes out on people calling them the R slur. So right now, you're criticizing me. I'm not blowing a gasket, and I'm explaining to you that I call people retard because they are retards from my point of view. I mean it like in the sense of the word, really. Like the full extent of the slur, I mean it. But I can use Quengo if you like. I mean, I'm fine with that too. Yeah, just don't say the R word. Just like, you know, use your words. You know, your regular words. Do I take call-ins? It's kind of risky because like call-ins, people, you know, I do call-ins with Tazuto because I know he's not gonna, you know, I know Tazuto isn't gonna do that to me. Well, kind of referring to some of your videos where you made a few about Twitter people disagreeing with you or people.
I mean, you just asked this person you just asked them to get in a call with you. So yeah, that does seem like something that you do.
I think that they're wrong and that they're retarded. That's it. And I always explain why I think they're wrong. I don't just call them like stupid usually. I usually explain why they're wrong, right? But like, doesn't like me talking to you right now disprove it? Because like, why would I talk to you? And it's like I said, like if you did this to almost any other streamer, they would just ban you. But I haven't banned you, right? It's like obviously if people criticize me, I'm allowed to like have a rebuttal, right? I mean, you would, right? Like if I made like a public post like calling out the Plague Doctor Gaming and I said a bunch of shit about you that wasn't true, like wouldn't you present a rebuttal to that? If you would, right? Like anyone would. Parrotman, the issue, some of her responses are either not good faith or just insulting people as an argument. Do you have an example? So like, okay, so I will agree with you in that I would do that. I would do that, but only if the other person is not associating in good faith in the first place. Then I would just call him a retard because it's pointless. Also talk to me, not to Parrotman. Like, what are you doing? You're doing the Tazuto thing. Like, you talk to other people, but I'm talking to you right now. Not really. I responded to you. I'm just responding to someone that was directly asking you something. Yeah, but the thing is, Plague Doctor Gaming is like you type really slow. So like, if you focus on things that other people are gonna say, then like we're never gonna get anywhere. Like, I can't do this forever. You know what I mean? Like, that's why like you should just talk to me instead of like other people. If you're gonna talk to me at all, it's like I don't you don't have the. I'm not trying to like be mean, but you don't have the typing speed to like talk to multiple people at the same time. They're wasting my time to be funny. Well, I mean, I'm getting to talk to chat too, so it's not really like too bad. You know, I get to spend some quality time with chat while I'm waiting. Well, that's because I'm trying to process my argument before I actually say it. And some of the examples are videos where you call people insults, like calling them mentally ill or freaks. Okay, but are they mentally ill and freaks? Not really. No. So, okay, so can you give me like an example? Like if I say it so much, you should be able to get an example, right? Like I just want to know the context of like a specific one.
Who the fuck is Leafit?
So I can explain it. Bro's wandering this time to talk directly to you for a real conversation. Thank you, Grant the Game Freak. Thank you, Zelvod. Thank you. I don't want to read it because I don't want to create any ill will. Jacinda Bodena, thank you for the 1,000. I like your content. Anyone who doesn't can take a frosted frog from the end of my dick. Well, I mean, like if they don't like it, they don't like it. It's kind of fine. So you can't think of an example. So like you just think the thing, but then you don't really have an example that you can go off of. Okay, but would you think this is fair though? Like if they did say something, right? Like Doctor, because you're claiming you don't know of any situations in which this happened, right? So like, isn't it possible that they said something that would lead me to believe that they are mentally ill or a freak? Because they could be a freak or they could be mentally ill, right? According to my definition of it, right? Because I'm pretty sure every time someone has an argument, I actually engage with the argument. Almost always, actually. In fact, sometimes I take people's arguments too seriously. So I just don't really think it's an accurate portrayal, like what you're saying. Hold on, there was like something I had. Hold on. You can't do spellcasters. You can only cast spells back at them. Yeah, that's kind of like how it is with me. Where like if a person like comes,
relatable Leaflet moment.
Right, is if a person engages in bad conduct, then they've changed the rules of the game. And so like by what they said, they changed the rules. So I'm playing by the new rules that they've set themselves. Well, from what I've seen, you tend to generalize and call them mentally mentally ill freaks if they're left-leaning or have a take on religion where they're not mentally ill. Wait, what? From what I've seen, you generalize them and call them mentally ill freaks, and if they're left-leaning or have a take on religion when they're not mentally ill. Yeah, see, but here's what I mean though: is yo Mega Man, thanks for the gift sub to Plague Doctor Gaming. But see, here's the thing though: Plague Doctor, refresh your stream because they gifted you a sub, so you can skip all the ads. Mentally ill freaks if they're left-leaning or have a. I mean, here's the thing though, right? Is we need the details. We need the details of a specific scenario, correct? Because like, how can we like you're asking me to defend a position which I don't even know. So there's various reasons to justify that, and I would need to know the specifics of the situation in order to actually justify it, right? Currently looking for examples, scrolling through your videos since you post a lot. Well, like, can you describe a specific situation? Like, you don't have to look it up. Like you can just describe a thing, right? Like, describe like a case that actually happened. Like, what was the person saying when I called them a retard, right? Because like, if you're making this claim, like, you would have to know of a specific instance of it occurring, right? Because like, how would you be able to make a determination as to like whether or not what I said was unwarranted if like you don't know a single case in like which it was warranted, correct? Like, for instance, if I were to say that Hassan fucking sucks, I could give you an example, like an exact example of something that Hassan has said, or at least at the very minimum, point to a situation in which Hassan handled a situation, a very specific point in time.
They're obsessed.
He did a thing that I thought was awful.
They're obsessed.
I'll tell you what.
Hassan, if I said something about Hassan, okay, well, we're not fucking talking about Hassan right now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. The difference is that I could think of multiple things that you said that are just straight up evil. And if you say that you could do the same with Hassan, that is a fucking lie. And I would like to hear what it is you have to say about him that he said. That's so like abhorrent.
Information. Like, you compile like your case against me, I will give you like a whole day to do it.
Stupid.
I'll give you, like, 24 hours. Compile like your entire case against me with like the video links, and then we'll go over it tomorrow. Okay? Because this is taking too long. That's fine. I will like literally give you time to make a hit piece on me. Like, you have 24 hours. I mean, I think that's pretty generous.
Wow.
Honestly. I'm sure Plague Doctor has never called anyone a Nazi or some other word incorrectly.
Yeah, see, that's so stupid. That's so stupid, dog. Like, how about I just make hit pieces about you on the daily, right? Because I'm a long-time viewer of Leaflet. I've been watching her long time. You can go back, look at all my videos, okay? She said a ton of terrible things in just the shit I've reacted to. Who is that person? It's a random chatter that was antagonizing her. And then she asked him to debate, and then he was like, nah. Which, I mean, you know, the way she said it was, you know, very demeaning. So I probably wouldn't have either. But also, I wouldn't go into her chat in the first place and be a fucking cunt like that. Because, like, her fans, they keep begging me to debate her. They're like, oh, please, J-Star, please, debate Leaflet. And it's like, why the fuck would I? Why would I want to do that? I'm getting views from just making videos about her. Why would I want to speak to her dipshit audience? If she had a Discord debate on stream, would you? What is a Discord debate? Like a open debate? Like, you just go into her Discord and if she came to me, yeah, no, nah, I wouldn't do that. I want her to either reach out to me in my DMs if she can. Look, here's the thing. I know she probably doesn't care. Okay, I get it. Daphne_Finn says, hi Daphne, how's it going? I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. It doesn't matter about the views. If you could change one person, you wouldn't do it. I mean, I think her fans are watching me anyway. That appears to be the case. I don't know, where else would the thousands of views come from? She only has like 1,000 concurrent watchers right now, and like I said, she's at her peak. She's at her peak right now. Okay. Now anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I want her to like reach out to me or respond to me in a video or like react to me on her stream. Okay. That if she does that, then you know, I'll probably get brigaded even more than I already have. And then yeah, I'll reach out to her after that. But like I said, I'm already getting my bag. I'm getting my views. Okay, and my channel is growing. It's popping off. People seem to like the content that I'm making. You know, why else would they be watching it? Why else would they be watching it if they don't like it? Anyway,
engaging in
Let's
civil
keep
debate.
going.
I don't know about that. I don't know enough about them, to be honest. I mean, I do have one thing. I have this. All right, fine. Okay, sure. Just hit me up tomorrow. I only have this. This is the only thing I have, really. Bootlicking fake Christians. I've always found the fake Christian thing to be funny because I've never said that I was good at it. Like that one's that I've never said I was good at it. That's kind of a total
Good
straw
at
man.
what?
Everybody who watches me knows I've always said that. I've never said, okay,
Good at
everybody, this is a Christian
Christianity?
stream and everything is very good Christian here. I've never said that. But you know, to be fair, you are talking about people, not me specifically.
Well,
but,
well,
you know,
wait,
if it was so
wait,
much-
wait, so you're a Christian, but you think you're bad at Christianity? Why? Why are you a Christian then? Huh? Like I'm a Christian. I think I'm a good Christian. Like, I think I uphold Christian values, unironically. The Christians in this country, a lot of them, they would laugh at me. Okay, they would because they'd be like, "Oh, you are not trad. You are not conservative," and it's like that's not what Christianity is. That's not what it's about. But anyway, you know, why would you identify as a Christian and you think you're bad at it? Like that's a step beyond even like Catholic guilt. Like what are you are you like whipping yourself all the time? Are you giving yourself lashings? Why are you doing this to yourself, man? Like don't feel bad if you think you're a bad Christian, then like do better, okay? Because I also think you're a bad Christian, okay? But like do better, or just stop being a Christian. Don't have this defeatist attitude, like, oh yeah, I'm a bad Christian. What? Why the fuck would you say this? Why would you admit that? That's the other thing too. Like, even if you think this in your mind, why would you say it? Like, if I thought I was a bad Christian, if I felt like I didn't uphold good Christian values, then I would just fucking never talk about it. That's what I would do.
Rumor freaks. So let's take what you said here at like the maximal, right? And like let's assume that for the sake of argument, I don't agree with this, but let's assume for the sake of argument that there was a person that got groomed in the Discord according to the evidence. That would be like one single person. So like I don't know about. It's kind of weird to me that you would call the entire Discord like a groomer thing when like there was a case of something happening. I mean, even according to the
okay. So now that she's talking about this, I was confused when she started talking about Nux Taku, and she was like defending him, and I thought that was really weird, because they're not friends. I mean, they've never publicly they've never collabed. Not to my knowledge, not since I've been watching her. Okay, I thought it was weird, but now it's kind of starting to make sense. I think that she was just kind of getting ahead. Like, I think she was getting ahead of it, you know, because like right after I uploaded that video, I saw another video that was talking about like all this shit about how like there were kids in her Discord, and like they were like trying to like radicalize them against trans people. It was weird. Okay, it was weird shit. And anyway, I think I'm starting to believe it. Okay, like I like talked about it before, and I was kind of joking, because like the source isn't super reliable. It was a random fucking YouTuber that said it. But I don't know, man. I don't know this shit, and it was an anti-trans YouTuber as well, I believe. But anyway, like now that I'm watching this, and she's like talking about it, right? She's addressing it. Let's get a replay on that. Okay, let's hear it.
That you would call the entire Discord like a groomer thing when like there was a case of something happening. I mean, even according to like the the people who made the hit piece on me, right?
Okay. Keep in mind, before she said this, she said, I'm not saying that this is what happened. Okay, I'm not saying that this is true. Like,
a kid that was engaging the adult. So it's just kind of weird that, like, you would make that
Wait. Let's go back. Hold on. One more
I don't agree
time.
with this, but let's assume for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
That, there was
For
a
the
person
sake
that
of
got groomed in the
argument.
Discord, according to the evidence, that would be like one single person. So like.
Just one person. Oh, guys, it would just be one child. It would just be one child. Or is she saying like the person doing the grooming? It was just one person doing the grooming. Like, wait, what is she saying here? Hold on, I'm sorry.
For the sake of argument,
One more
I don't
time.
agree with this, but let's assume for the sake of argument that there was a person that got groomed in the Discord. According to the evidence, that would be like one
Right.
single person. So like, I don't know about. It's kind of weird to me that you would call the entire Discord like a groomer thing when like there was a case of something happening. I mean, even according to like the the people who made the hit piece on me, right? Even according to that, it was a kid that was engaging the adult. So it's just kind of weird that like you would make that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it was the kid engaging the adult. Gotcha. Yeah, you're so right, bro. Yo, that kid had it coming. that kid had it coming, bro. Yo, he was asking to get groomed. Guys, you don't get it. You don't get it. The child was actually grooming themselves, and they were like getting the adult in on it. You don't understand, guys.
And it was resolved though. It was resolved like within.
Oh, and it was resolved.
I guess is what you could claim.
Okay.
Is that well, you took forever to like.
So wait, I'm confused. Like, is it real or is it not? Because you were just saying that it wasn't real, okay, but then you were gonna address it anyway. But now you're saying like it was resolved quickly, like it did happen. It was, or are you saying like, are you saying if it did happen, it was resolved quickly? Like what is it? So did it not happen? But if it did, that they quickly resolved it? Your moderators or you? Or are you saying that it did happen and that's what happened and you quickly resolved it? What is it?
We were thinking about the best way to go about it, right? So it's like I don't really.
We were thinking what?
We were trying to think of the best solution for everybody, right? Because it was like, oh, do we keep the NSFW stuff? But then now, what is the standard? Like, how do we check? Like, how do we check everybody, right? And it's kind of that question of like enforcement. Like, what does enforcement look like? And this is similar to another thing that I talked about, where if you were to take, say, everybody agrees, right, that a violent, mentally ill person who like wants to that has said things about killing people, that they shouldn't have guns, right? Like we can all agree on that, right? That if you're like a mentally ill person and you're talking to like people about how, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you and I have like a ton of guns and I'm like, can't wait to like shoot you up, right? That they shouldn't have guns if they're saying shit like that, right? I can say that simultaneously, but what is the enforcement required for that? Do you see the difference? The details of like how you would enforce that is very important. Like, am I wrong? Because if you enforce that incorrectly, now you're not only inconveniencing, you're infringing on the rights of multiple people, right? And this is the problem with red flag laws, where like you have red flag laws in general sound like it could be a good thing, but the problem is it's highly abusable. So it's like you have to consider like a lot of angles when making the rules around it, and that's kind of what I'm talking about with the Discord. Like we had to think about how to fix it. Like you can ask Julio and Freakio. We were already talking about how if we could improve anything like the incident that happened. You can ask them. So I just think this is it's just kind of crazy.
Okay, so it did happen.
Let me see this. Let's
Gotcha.
Oh, nice. It's my turn for screen.
Gotcha.
I do like that.
So it did happen, but the kid was asking for it, and you resolved it quickly. Okay, you resolved it in like 5 seconds. All right, Leaflet, very cool.
The fact that the mods were allowing the behavior, so you can't just blame the kid. Wait, what do you mean they were allowing it? They got rid of him. What do you mean? What do you mean that they're allowing the behavior? It was taken care of.
You just said that the kid was. Oh my god, dude. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say, man.
When you report something, right?
What?
Here's the thing, right? If I were to report you, for instance, to play Dr. Gaming, if I were to like report you and I were to say, hey mods, this guy is a fucking I don't know, this guy's a PDF, right? Would you not want us to look into it before we actually do a thing? Like you'd have to pull it up and like look through the evidence and like determine that was like the case, right? I mean,
yeah.
You wouldn't want it to be the case where like a person like levies.
Who's saying that you shouldn't look into it? What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean if there is like a very, I mean really any allegation, but especially a serious one like that, yeah, of course you should investigate it. Nobody is telling you not to investigate it, dumbass. They're saying that you allowed it.
You have no way to refute it, right? And then it says
and you're not by talking about it like in this way, you're not doing yourself any favors, man. You really are not doing yourself why are you saying this? Dude, just stop. If I were your lawyer right now, bro, I would fucking knock you out. Okay, if I were your lawyer, I would be like, shut up. Shut up, bro. Why would you say this? Why would you say this? Why?
Refusing to ban the kid?
It blows my mind, dude. How does this person achieve this notoriety in political commentary, in anything, in any capacity? What? Like, if this were me, and I'm not saying like I'm more, well, actually I am more worthy, okay, of her position in but anyway, like that's not even what I'm saying though. Like what I am saying is, if I were her, I wouldn't be saying this shit. I wouldn't have allowed this shit to happen in the first place. But like, this is so insane, man. This is so crazy.
I agree with that, to be honest. Like, this is just my honest
feeling. What the fuck?
I don't really. I'm like totally fine with joking about dark things. I don't care. You know, like it's whatever. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
one to
yeah, you're
say
edgy,
comedy is
we
outside
know.
the realm of, that's not true.
We know,
I
yeah.
think comedy
Yeah.
can go beyond the realm of comedy, but it depends on the intent behind it.
Comedy can go beyond the realm of comedy.
It's the same thing as saying the N-word. You know, whether or not you agree with that or not, right? Regardless of what the rules are, I actually have no problem with white people saying the N-word. I think the impetus behind it is
Yeah,
whatever.
no
I think it's a
shit.
totally logical, sane take, but you know, apparently it's too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, intent, yeah, dude. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not okay for white people to say the N-word because of, you know, the history of white people saying the N-word in this country. Anyway.
For nowadays. Plus not just the mod part, the person that covered it also showed that in NSFW search feature or whatever, it's called different searches for Loli. There was searches for wait, what? There were searches for Loli. You mean like if you searched Loli, you would find something, like someone talking about Loli? Yeah, Loli's not real. It's not real. It's like anime characters. Anime characters aren't real. So
It's not, oh, it's not real. It's not real, so it's okay. It's not real, so it's okay. No, man, it's not okay. It's not okay because it's not real children being harmed. The fuck is wrong with you? I'm feeling like kind of nauseous right now. That's so crazy.
You're that with, like, you do you see the
I'll be right back.
Grooming, which is like a very serious, thing to say that.
It's not. Nobody is saying it's the same. Leaflet. They are comparable. Okay, two things that are different are comparable, especially when they are very similar. When they're similar, right? Because then you can talk about how they're similar and how they're not similar. Okay, that makes them very comparable. So it's kind of like apples and oranges. You know, they always say you can't compare apples and oranges. Well, I say you can, okay? Because they're both fruits, okay? So you can say, like, that's how they're similar. And then you could say, like, one is orange and the other is red. Okay, that's another. Like, that's how they're different, I mean. One is kind of tangy and the other one is sweet. Okay? So like, but in this case, we're talking about, you know, pedophilia. Right, so grooming children is obviously wrong. Similarly, consuming drawn fictional CSAM, child sexual abuse material, that is wrong. That it is wrong to do that. Even though you're not harming real life children, you are like fucking consuming fictional child porn. That's wrong, man. What the fuck are we talking about?
That's not the case. Isn't Leaf technically a Loli? Depends on what definition you would use. If you mean by appearance, sure. But like even in like my lore, I'm an office.
I'll be
lady.
right back.
You know that? That's actually the Leaflet lore. I'm an office lady. So I guess it would depend on like what you think about that. If you think that all small girls that don't have huge tits are Lolis and that they don't deserve to like have anybody love them, then that's kind of on you. That's kind of a weird take, I think. Like I'm gonna be real. Like it is kind of weird. Okay, sure. And you know what? That's fine. But here's the thing. So now you're saying that it's still kind of weird, and you can think that it's weird, but can you see how like that's a huge leap from like this is kind of weird to like you guys are all groomers? Can you see it? Can you see how like there's a huge leap there in like how that's a really unfair leap, especially for such a strong accusation, right? Like doctor, like don't you agree that that's a little ridiculous? The thing that people that tend to like Loli usually are weird, disturbed people, and the majority of the time, people I've seen they like Loli are being exposed for borderline PDFs. Okay, but do you have like evidence of that? Because that hasn't been like that hasn't been my experience with people, where people who like Loli anime characters are just like they're just anime characters, and that they wouldn't do anything like that with like a real person. Because again, like, and the thing is like how.
Okay, I just had to pause it. I had to pause. Let me rewind it. Hold on.
Do you have like evidence of that? Because that hasn't been like that hasn't been my experience with people.
Yeah, that hasn't been my experience with people that are attracted to children. Yeah, man.
Who like Loli anime characters are just like they're just anime characters, and that they wouldn't do anything like that with a real person.
Yeah, it's not. That's not the. Okay, look, you can't know that. You can't know that somebody wouldn't that likes Loli, that they wouldn't harm a child. And actually, there's reason to believe that they would harm a child. And that reason is that they are into Loli. They, like... Dude, child pornography that is... Or I should say, child sexual abuse material that is drawn, that is fictional, okay, it still looks like children. That is why people like it. That is why... These people like it, okay? It is. That's just obvious. Obviously. Yeah, Dedoy. So, yeah, there is reason to... It is not like a huge leap, logically, to say that a person that is attracted to children will harm a child. Do you understand?
Like, and the thing is like, how do you feel about video games? Where
I think that you do understand. See, it's conversations like this that... Well... I don't know. Like, this can't be a genuine belief. right? You're either grifting right now, you're either like being contrarian to do a grift to like, you know, signal to your audience something or whatever, or you're a pedophile, or you're into loli, you're attracted to children. That's it. That's like, it's either one or the other.
Use the same standard that you use here for video games where you murder people. Oh, like you play games where you fucking shoot people in the head and you assassinate people, you murder. You play Grand Theft Auto where you steal cars.
Yo, this is future J-Star. I wanted to add this in to this video because I felt like the argument I made here wasn't really good at all. It kind of sucks, and I'm gonna let it play anyway. But basically, she just compared GTA violence to loli, child sexual abuse material, fictional CSAM. As you've probably noticed, I am literally playing GTA in this video. So in my mind, I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking murder a person, but like a person that watches loli is much more likely to harm a child in real life. But that's actually not a great argument for this. It's more of a like category error, because she's basically making an equivalence between GTA violence and like fictionally harming children. Okay, but the difference between the two is that in GTA, the violence is not perpetrated against a specific group of people, a protected group of people. Like fictional violence in GTA, it doesn't simulate a real world market of like victimization. Obviously, child sexual abuse material is real. There's a black market for it. It's exchanged, and people trade it, people buy it. Okay, and as well, of course, children are harmed in real life to make the CSAM, and also, you know, behind closed doors without the cameras. But GTA, and so loli is like a simulation of that. But for GTA, there is no real world market. There is no market in real life for violence against adults. And that is why this argument is so fucking stupid. Okay, not what I end up saying in the video. Okay, you know, the argument I made was just not as structurally sound. Obviously this is like an hour and 20 minutes into the stream, so I was, you know, there were already thoughts racing through my mind about the shit. I mean, earlier she said that fucking Hitler was a cool guy. What the hell? But anyway, I'm just gonna let it play now. So thank you for watching this far into the video, and yeah, good luck. Maybe there's a third thing. I can't think of. Okay, I hate this argument. I hate this fucking argument, and it's like, dude, playing Grand Theft Auto is not the same as jacking it to drawn children. Okay, do you do murder in Grand Theft Auto? Yeah. Is that the same as jerking your peanuts to what appears to be children? Right, in a drawn format? Yeah, no man, it's not the same thing. It's not at all. Like, and here's the thing, okay? I think that people that jerk off to loli, okay, or they flick it or whatever, it's not like I said before, it's not a logical leap to say that they may harm a child, right? Because clearly they are attracted to children, okay? So any child that is around them is kind of at risk, Okay, children are easy to take advantage of. They're naive. They're easy to fool. Right? They trust adults for the most part. You know, most children do. They're also weak, right? They can't fight back very well. This is just the reality. Grand Theft Auto, I've gone on many rampages in Grand Theft Auto since I was a kid. Okay, since definitely before I should have been playing that game. Let's be so for real. But, yeah, I have never thought about, like, shooting a place up. I have never considered murdering anyone, ever. And here's the thing, man, it's not just me, okay? Because a lot of people have played Grand Theft Auto. There are probably a lot more people playing Grand Theft Auto than there are people jerking it to lowly, okay? And, most people that play Grand Theft Auto, they do not go, actually, like, probably 99.999% of people that play Grand Theft Auto, they never hurt anyone, they never shoot anyone, they never try to go on a rampage, ever. It doesn't happen. But people that like drawn, child sexual abuse material, they probably, I would assume, they probably may go on to harm a child at a higher rate. At a much higher rate than a person who doesn't. Okay, so like, basically what I'm saying is, I don't think playing Grand Theft Auto makes you more likely to go on a murder rampage, even though that's what the game is about. But, consuming lowly probably definitely does, okay? I don't have stats in front of me to support this claim, but you see how this isn't really a logical leap from reality. Okay, like, I'm just using my brain here. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm stupid. Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
We should probably look into
Let's go.
You might fucking steal some cars, or you might kill people. Or, oh, you played this villain simulator game where you're killing a ton of people. Oh, you must be a bad person. Like, should we lock up every person that plays the German side in, like, a World War II game? Because they're potential Nazis. Do you see what I mean? Like you're not applying your standard to, like, everything. It's kind of more so pattern recognition. I've seen over the course when someone is really into lowly, tend to be weird and kids. So, like, I mean, what you're saying here is that, like, it's just vibes. That, like, you have a vibe that's the case. You don't really have evidence behind it. It's just what you think. So then you want that standard to be applied.
The question is, are people that use lowly, are they attracted to children? If you can convince me that isn't the case, okay, then alright, then I'll believe you. Okay, I think they are. I think that people that use lowly, I think they are attracted to children. I think that's why they look at it. I think that's why they jerk it to it. I think that straight up. And look, I don't want, if you watch lowly, or I mean if you use lowly, whatever, I don't want to kill you, right? I don't think you are evil. Well, you're not very many steps removed from evil, okay? But, like, if you haven't harmed a child yet, then just get help, you know? Seek help. That's it. Yeah, stop it. Get some help. But but anyway, if you play Grand Theft Auto, like, yeah, I don't think you're gonna go on a shooting rampage. That's fucking stupid. Nobody does that. There's no reason to believe that somebody is going to do that. There is definitely a reason to believe that a person that looks at lowly may harm a child. Okay, that's it.
According to your own subjective perception.
I'm not gonna, I'll shut up about it now, okay?
Who the fuck is Lethan?
Should we be using patterns to judge people, is my question. According to your logic, like, you're saying that they're guilty of the thing, and that we should...
But don't you think that we should do that? Like, you said that, like, Somalis are fraudsters, for example, like, because a few of them were doing that. Like, you know, it's just pattern recognition, it's just pattern recognition. You know, no, man, it's not even this isn't really about pattern recognition. It's just about, like what is gonna happen. Like think about it for like 5 seconds. What is the what are the events that are probably going to unfold if somebody is attracted to children and they are reinforcing this attraction with drawn pornography that depicts children? What do you think is gonna happen? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's a fucking head scratcher, man.
We should say that they are the thing based on the pattern that they're that's correct. That we should treat them. That we should treat them as PBS because of the possibility based on the perception of what you think subjectively. Well, it's not just vibes as well. Loli is generally frowned upon by a majority of people, and there have been cases of people that are into Loli also are weird about minors. Okay, so again, this is what I mean. So you're saying that because there are some people
she's gonna say examples
who like the thing are then guilty of that same thing. They should be grouped in with the same people. Yeah.
No, but that's not the reason, though. The reason is that all of the people, whether they have harmed a child yet or not, they are clearly attracted to children.
I don't even think that's true. Like in like a sense of like I don't even think that's the majority. That's not what I think. But I'm saying, granted, if I grant your position and I say, okay, sure, let's assume that what you're saying is true. Do you think that they should be treated as if they did the thing? That because according to you, according to your vibes,
no, and nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that Loli enjoyers are pedophiles, like they are, and they should be treated as such. Nobody's saying that. Okay, we're just saying that it's kind of like you know those people that like admit that they're attracted to children but they haven't done anything yet, you know, or they haven't done anything at all, right? Like those people, you know, they haven't done anything wrong, but they're sick in the head. Okay, they need psychological help. So like pedophiles belong in prison, but a person that's attracted to children, you know, like a pedophile that hasn't harmed a child, I mean, yeah, that, you know, they need to see someone. They need to like get help, right? Like, you know, we can point at them, we can call them gross, you know, it's not really incorrect to do that, you know, like they are. that like they're attracted to little kids, but you know, no, they shouldn't like rot in prison because of just, you know, being attracted to minors. Okay, they should seek therapy, right? They should see a psychiatrist, right? And like something should be done about it's mental sickness, man. That's what it is.
Like, let's even assume that there's evidence, right? So according to your vibe, that there are a group of people that like anime character, little girl characters, Loli or whatever. You think that since a small subset of those people do that all people should be treated as if they do that because they like the other thing. Lolis are generally
that's what we're saying, bro.
Illegal in America and places like Texas. So like can you define Loli first? Because I don't know what you mean. Can you point out the law that you're talking about? But can you talk about the other point first? Actually, can you go back to the other point?
Dude, her chatters that like that fucking argue with her, they are so fucking dumb, bro. What? Child marriage is legal! Child marriage is legal in most states. It's only banned in like 8 states? Like you can still marry a child in this country. No, Loli isn't illegal. No. Child sexual abuse material is illegal. Yes, but Loli, no, because Loli is drawn. Okay, it is fiction. So it is not illegal. Dude, like, why do people do this? Why do they go and just make fools of themselves for dumb fuck streamers like Leaflet? I don't understand. Like, you're giving her entertainment, you're giving her content. Why? What is the reason? I don't get it. I don't understand.
What you said earlier about how basically I don't want you to change the topic of the argument. Like, let's talk about this first part. Like, I still want to talk about this line of reasoning. What is my question again? Okay, so let me let me ask you. So are you saying that because there are some people within the okay, so the overarching group of people that like Loli characters, you know, body type or whatever, right? However you like, I'm gonna define it myself.
Body type.
That are petite, basically. Like they're small.
No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, children. Yeah, just say children. That's what they are. Okay, children are petite. I'm sorry, that feels gross to say that. I like that. That's not how I would put it. Okay, they are children. Just say that.
Less curves, and they're tiny girls, right? Petite women. And in that definition.
No, not women. No, don't. What? Yeah, 17-year-old woman. Yo, pull up the Matt Gates clip.
Talking about characters that
17-year-old woman.
That's it. That's the entire definition. Okay. So you're saying that
They're
people
children.
that find that aesthetically pleasing. Those people, since there is a subset
Aesthetically
of people potentially,
pleasing.
according to you, like minors, that standard should be applied to the entire group as a whole. Is that what you're saying?
I'm
So
gonna
you're using
hurl.
justification to say that the people are groomers, right? You're saying, well, people talked about
No, we're not calling them groomers. No. Nobody called them a groomer. A groomer is somebody that grooms a child. Okay, if watching Loli is not grooming. It's bad, it's wrong. It's not grooming though.
Discord, therefore they're all groomers.
You're not
Because
harming
they're
a child.
So like logically that would mean that you find them to be related in that way. Because otherwise why would you say that? Yeah, because they looked it up in a sexual way. Okay, so I have a question for you then, right? So do you think that they looked up Loli in a sexual way? They looked up so you mean the specific person that you're talking about, like one person. Is that what you mean? Dr. Gaming, that one person, at least one, how many people are we talking? I don't want to strawman you. So like how many people are you talking here? You don't
I
have to
don't
have
want to
exact amount,
strawman.
I mean,
Queen of strawmanning says I don't want to strawman you. Yeah, man.
Like you can just estimate. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, okay.
Loli or Cunny was commonly searched by a lot of people in the Discord. I think it was like 100, give or take searches. That's not what I asked though. I asked how many individual people. Like estimate. Like how many individual people do you think? Also, it was 100. That's it. That's not even that much, bro. Like 100. You're talking about a Discord server with thousands of people that's been open for like years. That there was only 100. I don't even believe that. Like I don't believe that. Only 100? No way. That can't be real. Give or take. Yeah, but give or take how many people? Like how many? Like put a number to it. How many people do you think? How many people? Not searches. How many people? Yeah, 4.6 million messages on Discord and only 100 Cunny posts. That's actually kind of low. I mean, especially considering that that's an extension. It's like we call it a link shortener, isn't it? It's like a link sharing extension. I'm just asking like how many things. Most at best, considering the estimated searches of the two things are pretty high. Well, no. I mean, how many? Like how many do you think? Like if you had to guess, how many?
That's
Probably,
kinda low.
Like how many people do you think?
Dude, wait, how do you know that that's low? Wait, can I? Let's get a replay on that. Hold on.
How many people? Not searches. How many people? Yeah, 4.6 million messages on.
Wait, hold
I don't
on.
even believe that. Like, I don't believe that. Only 100? No way. That can't be real.
Only 100. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been in child. Oh my god, dude. I've been in pedophile. I've been in so many pedophile discords. Only 100? Oh yeah, the people in my pedophile discords, they say these words way more than that. Yeah, great argument. Great argument, bro.
How many people?
Holy shit.
Yeah, 4.6 million messages on Discord and only 100 Cunny posts. That's actually kind of especially considering that that's an extension. It's like
oh my god.
It's like a link sharing.
It's so
link sharing
gross.
extension. I'm just asking like how many things. Most at best, considering the estimated searches of the two things are pretty high. Well, no. I mean, how many? Like how many do you think? Like if you had to guess, how many? Probably most. Like how many people do you think? Like how many individual people do you think that are into that? Like how many people like posted that? Like you would say if you say 100 people, if there's 100 people talked about it in posts, how many people do you think that is? Because a person can make more than one post, correct? Leave us getting one guy this whole stream. No, I'm having fun. The thing is like you might think that like I'm getting one guy and I'm getting irritated and I'm having a bad time. I'm really not. Could this be applied to furries and trans people even more to be giving the incidence rate? It could be. Yeah, I was actually gonna go down that route, but right. I mean, isn't that a good point though, Plague Doctor? Like I didn't really want to go down that route. Like I was kind of thinking about if I wanted to hold that route, but you like if you're using that standard, like you could use many other metrics to like make the same point. Wait, how is okay? Plague Doctor, listen. Plague Doctor, your math doesn't even make sense. Okay, so you're saying that 50 to 74% of the people in the Discord are into like posts about Loli, which is like how is that even possible? If you say there's 100 searches for it, if you search for the term, there's 100 people that posted about it. How is that possible? If 50 to 74% of the people, there's thousands of people on the Discord, you don't even if each person posted about Loli or Cunny one time, that wouldn't even be enough posts to cover that amount of people to even make your statistics real. Anyway, like get your like thing, go put your facts together and stuff
yeah,
like that.
man. Well, you forced him to like throw a number out there, which he shouldn't have even been engaging with you in the first place in this context. Oh, it's so weird, man. It's so weird and gross. Like, why? Why would you say any of this shit? Why? Why? Is somebody paying you? Who? Is it Epstein? Is it Jeff Epstein in Israel? Is that who it is?
Continue tomorrow when you have all the data and
Huh?
you're ready to do this. Because like your
Is it
math doesn't
BB?
even make sense. Like you're just kind of making shit up, right? So like I'll give you time. Like I'll give you a day. Think about it. Get your math in order. Get all of your points straight and all of your links and your YouTube videos and get all those together and then come hit me with it. Okay? But do you see how like this
Dude, Plague Doctor Gaming needs to watch my videos, bro. What the fuck is he doing, man?
entire process
Come
already
watch my
defeats your point
videos.
of saying like this right here? I love the whole fake.
Come look at my YouTube channel, Plague Doctor. I'll show you how to do it, bro. I'll show you how to argue with this dumbass since you're having so much trouble. I'm telling you, it's not that hard, man.
As much as out on people calling them the arsler, like you literally are you're literally calling me in my community like one of the worst things that you could call somebody, and I'm not even yelling at you. So it's like this already disproves what you're saying. But if you want to keep going, go ahead and get all your stuff together, and then we'll talk about it. I'm not trying to make stuff up.
I mean, look, Leaflet, I don't think everybody in your community is a pedophile. That's crazy. I think that you are protecting pedophiles, okay, or, you know, whatever you want to call them, people that are lowly enjoyers, okay. Yeah, well, a pedophile is somebody that's just attracted to children, so yeah, lowly enjoyers are pedophiles, okay. But anyway, you're protecting them. You may be one yourself. I don't think most people in your community are, though. Most people in your community are just, like, average people. Average, dumbass people.
Trying to be good faith, but I'm not a professional.
Mostly
so
European.
I know I'm not great at this, and that's fine. Like, it's totally fine. Like, if you're not good at it. My point, though, I mean, this is the point, though, Plague Doctor, right? Is like, I would like okay, if you listen to me about anything, like just listen to me on this, okay? I would like for you to think for yourself. I would like for you to like understand why you think the things you do, and if you're going to field an accusation, you should understand the reason behind the accusation, not because someone told you that. You see what I mean? Like, you should understand like the reasons for your accusation, especially especially when it's like as egregious as like what you're. I would like for you to understand like the mechanics behind it. Like I would like for that to be the case. So that's why I'm telling you, like, take some time to prepare your argument, come to like understand like why you think that about me, and then if you still think that about me after looking it up, then you can bring it to me and we can talk it out. Like, you have to understand your points, you have to understand your thought process in order to even have a discussion, right? I don't even know where I was talking about this. This is only one of them, by the way. This is only
I would say that there's probably a few pedophiles in your Discord among the like 2,000 or however many people it is in there active, and you are shielding them from criticism, right? Or maybe you banned one or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, it's weird, man. It's weird. Maybe I don't know if you're into lowly yourself. I mean, I would say you know, probably are a pedophile, man. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Again, why would you talk about this? Why would you address this? I would have just banned that person, right? If I were you, if I were a pedophile and I knew I was a pedophile, I wouldn't try to justify lowly, right? I wouldn't try to be like oh yeah, actually, like, we're not pedophiles. Like, we're just like attracted to children, but like we don't look at like real child sexual abuse material. We look at the fake stuff, only the fake stuff. Like, I would just, if a person came into my chat and was like, you're a pedophile for that, I'd just ban them. I wouldn't talk about lowly. I wouldn't try to justify it. I'd just be like, all right, you're banned. Yeah, like what? Like, why would you do this, man? It's crazy. It's crazy. This is so crazy.
Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you, Solution, for the Prime. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Earlier, thank you. That was a good point that you said earlier as well. Yeah, and like, obviously I don't agree with that either, right? Like, I don't agree with that either. Kyrie says, Cobb, why don't you just shoot the guy? Cop 2, he has an afro. These afro havers tend to smoke drugs, and drug smokers tend to murder. Vibes are off. I mean, I would like to avoid that. I don't agree with that, right, Kyrie? I see what you mean. It's a little comedic thing, but thank you for the 500 kicks. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, that was 2 hours? No, it wasn't. Was that actually 2 hours? Shut up, chat. There's no way that was 2 hours. What in the fuck? This person wanted to do a full like debunk the Nyara debate that I had. They wanted to do an entire like debunk of it, right? So they got apparently an entire panel to necro. So they necroed the video, right? Because this was like months ago. They necroed the video, and then they wanted to do a full debunk on it, right? So they said a lot of my arguments went unchallenged, which, like, I don't know if that's true. Like, I honestly think Nyara did challenge a lot of my arguments, I think. But anyway, so what they did was they got an entire panel of trans people.
I mean, when you do a live debate, I mean, I do live reacts, and I miss a lot of shit. Like, it's like I always say, I don't stop and dissect every little fucking thing in the video. And similarly, in a debate, some shit is gonna go over your head, okay? Especially when you're talking to a person like Leaflet, they're gonna rapid fire, okay? They're gonna hit you with a bunch of shit. And, like, it's hard to, especially when you're in front of a large audience, it's hard to slow down and, like, okay, stop, like, let's talk about all of this shit. You know, I get it. Like, I understand Nyara. I didn't watch all of the debate. I watched, like, half of it. And I was reacting to it live, but I ended up not uploading it because I didn't finish it. But I thought she did a pretty good job. You know, it was alright. You know, this is correct, okay? Like, I remember there were some things that they kind of glossed over, but, like, you know, it happens, okay? People are so fucking judgmental. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, okay, you get in the fucking ring. Because, like, I understand people that think that debating people like this is stupid and unproductive and you just shouldn't do it. Like, I disagree, but I understand it. But, like, the people that are like, oh, you sucked, you were trash at the debate. Like, okay, well, you fucking do it then, bitch. The fuck? I don't get that. I don't understand people that say shit like that. It's just, it's annoying, it's smarmy. It's just, it's gross, okay? Don't fucking say shit like that. Don't fucking screw... Like, if I said... Now, if I'm in a debate and I miss something really important, right? Like, if Leaflet said in a debate, Hitler is cool, and I didn't address that, okay, like, I get that. I get, like, important shit like that. But it depends what it is my point. But anyway,
like,
yeah, moving on.
In there, and like I don't really know who the rest of the people are, but they got like a bunch of people, so they had literally 7 people, like, you know, plus Nyara, because like Nyara,
Oh, wow.
was like, in the video, right? So
Wow,
they got like a total of 8 people.
they reacted for 9 hours.
And people were messaging me like, Leaflet, like they're freaking, like they're coming after you again, and they're saying all this like shit about you, and they're saying that you're retarded and all of this, right? Honestly, this was my actual take on it, and like this was a response to like Itami, but this is how I actually feel about it. I wasn't upset. I basically said I'm actually so honored, to be honest. They're treating my ghost like a literal raid boss. They got together so many people to raid me, and they have like infinite retry, slow motion, and rewind. I'm like, damn, this is so cool. Like I'm like such a threat that they had to like raid boss me, which is like, dude, that's kind of sick. You know, like you're Itami here saying, imagine even 6 people to debunk one slime world. It was actually like 7, right? Because it was like plus the host, plus the host, and then, you know, because the host was like very clearly the host was very clearly with them, because if you see it here, like he makes his bias pretty clear in like the post here. A lot of the arguments and hypotheticals made by Leaflet were in bad faith, and we want to challenge each and every one of them. So like before even watching it, right? Because they went into it for like 9 hours apparently. Like he already had this thought on me, right?
Oh, they already thought I was in bad faith. Well, yeah, man, you are. You do that shit all the time. You assume the worst in others. Yeah. Yeah, you build straw men and then knock them down. All the fucking time. And it's like, you know, I haven't said this in a while, but Leaflet shower thoughts, okay? She be voicing, communicating her shower thoughts all the time with routine. Okay, and it's silly. It's dumb. Like, we all do it, okay? Everybody in the shower, okay, you're washing, and you have like an argument in your head. You have an argument with someone in your head. Okay, everybody does it. But not everybody, you know, then hits the start streaming button, and then they're like, here's what I did earlier in in the shower, you know, like, it's just... Leaflet, come on, bro.
Like
come
6
on.
trans people, and like he didn't have a single person that like was like maybe would be against them on the panel. It's literally a raid. Like they literally got a party of 8 people, if you include Nyara, who was like the original person that was like fighting with. Like they got.
I mean, I don't know. It's not that weird. Like, okay, like they all watched your video. All right, thousands of fucking people have watched that video. It's weird that like 7 of them got together or however many it was, that got together and watched it together and recorded it. That's weird. Why? Why is that weird?
So it was actually more like 8 people, but trying to debunk me.
It's like you're framing this like it was like a jubilee, you know, like you were surrounded. Like, dude, they were just reacting to your video. It's not like you were taking all of them on at once. Okay, no.
Pretty wild, because it's also like a necro. It's like one of my original. It's like I think it was my first discussion ever. Discussion/debate. It was like my first one ever. So and that's crazy. Like that's actually so. I'm honestly so honored. Like really, truly.
I don't. Was it your first debate?
I'm actually quite honored that they went to such lengths against me. Like that's.
I didn't even realize. All right, man. Well, yeah. I mean, the debate sucked. You got fucking annihilated from what I saw of it. Anyway. Anyway, moving on. We're